We're never told how you get from the funky mindset to the right mindset. Instead, you're just told again and again that you need to go from one to the other.
Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
Gets the people going.
We hear all the time that the key to happiness, achievement, or success is the right mindset. All people need to do to be their best self is to get their thinking right. It's all about perspective, right? The theory goes something like this. You've got an unhelpful state of mind. Maybe you're sad, depressed, or you doubt, or you're anxious or afraid. And this state of mind prevents you from doing the types of things that you need to do to be happy or successful. Next, you're told that if you have the right outlook, perspective, or mindset, you'll start doing the things you need to do to be happy and succeed. In other words, the reason you're unhappy and unsuccessful is that your thinking is funky. Change the mindset, change the outcomes. That's the logic. So what's the answer then? What's the person with the funky mindset offered as a solution? Well, typically we're given a list of things that people with the right mindset do, or we're told what the characteristics of a person with the right mindset are. We're told to be positive, project success, don't doubt yourself, don't be negative, be confident, embrace opportunities, be fearless, take a chance, love yourself, and on and on and on. Do you think there's something wrong with this equation? I hate to say this, but this mindset argument sounds like complete BS. It doesn't make any sense at all. We're never told how you get from the funky mindset to the right mindset. Instead, you're just told again and again that you need to go from one to the other. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but that's the problem. It's the moving from one to the other that's the whole issue. And we're never told how exactly you're supposed to do that. What's the mechanism for change? This whole mindset paradigm is about as helpful as telling someone who's afraid of flying that they'd get over their fear if they just got comfortable with flying and weren't afraid anymore. Yeah, thanks mate, that's awesome advice. So in this video, I want to finally make an attempt at suggesting a way of getting from funky mindset to helpful mindset. Now, this isn't a guarantee, it's just what I have always done, and I think it's based on some sound psychological science. And you never know. It might just help you make the transition. All I want to talk about is the actual transition. How do you generate a catalyst to go from one mindset to the other? Most important, how do you leave the funky mindset? Here's the main thesis. Fear and anger cannot subsist simultaneously in the mind. Now let me say that again. Fear and anger cannot subsist simultaneously in the mind. Now what do I mean by this? Well, what I mean, and just think about this for a little bit, is that chemically, psychologically, and physically, it's impossible to be scared and angry at the same time. Have you ever been angry and afraid together? Nope. When you're angry, you're too angry to be scared. That's the whole thing about anger. You can't feel much else while it's going on. Now, you'll hear a lot of people say things like, oh, anger masks your pain. In other words, they're trying to say you're only angry because you're not dealing with some other issue. Or they'll say, you don't want to feel insecure, so you get angry. Yeah, maybe, but for the moment, who cares? The important thing is that these statements prove the point. You don't want to feel pain, so you get angry instead. Okay, well, I'm here to suggest we can use anger in a positive way, and I think maybe you can get a sense of where we're going with this argument. The way to get from funky mindset to helpful mindset is by channeling your anger, your rage, your righteous indignation. Now let's take a step back for a moment. Think about the funky mindset, the mindset that we're trying to leave, the mindset that is preventing you from doing the things that you want to do or that you know that you should do. The funky mindset is characterized by fear or some derivative of fear. Consider the following mental states: anxiety, indecision, uncertainty, apprehension, procrastination, incapacity, doubt, worry, nervousness. Now let me lay some science on you, and I'll have all the sources for these studies in the description of the video. According to a study by Stein, Fear and anxiety share similar neural pathways in the brain, and the same medications used to treat anxiety disorders are also effective in treating fear-based disorders. Another study. According to a paper by Barron, fear can lead to, quote, analysis paralysis, where individuals become stuck in the decision-making process due to fear of failure or making the wrong choice. According to a study by Riskind, fear is often associated with perceived uncertainty about future events. According to a study by Brosschot, chronic apprehension can lead to physical symptoms such as increased heart rate and blood pressure. According to a study by Ferrari, fear of failure is one of the most common reasons for procrastination. According to a study by Brosschot, fear can lead to impaired cognitive processing and decreased self-efficacy. According to a study by Sweeney, doubt can increase fear of the unknown. According to a study by Berkovec, worry can be seen as an attempt to cope with perceived threats or stresses. And finally, according to a study by McAvoy, nervousness is a common symptom of social anxiety disorder. Now, this isn't everything, but heck, that's a lot of things tied up in the funky mindset that relate directly to fear. Seems to me the funky mindset, if it's not underwritten by fear, certainly has a heck of a lot to do with it. Now, let's return to the main argument. Fear and anger cannot subsist simultaneously in the mind. It seems to me then that one possible way of getting out of the funky mindset is to channel your anger, rage, fury, and your righteous indignation. Well, that's at least what I do. When I recognize that I'm in the funky mindset and things aren't going my way, when I'm feeling scared or anxious or nervous or uncertain, or I have worry or doubt, or I'm procrastinating or unable to do something I know that I ought to be doing and should be doing, I start to get angry. Now, this probably happens to me once every couple of months. I'll hit a downward spiral in my mental patterns and I'll start to drift into the funky mindset. Nothing works, nothing goes my way, I'm not achieving what I want, and I'm not being the version of myself that I want to be. I start to get angry, I start to rage, I wind myself up into a fury. I'm yelling that life isn't fair, that this or that is BS and messing me over. Maybe I break something, but I'm not afraid anymore, and I'm not sad, and I'm not feeling weak. I'm feeling stronger because I'm angry, and I'm in control of my anger. I may not be in control of what's happening in my life, but I'm the one getting angry, and I'm the one feeling justified and righteous about it. Now, once I've had my rage out, I sit down and I'm exhausted. I've got nothing left inside. I'm tired, I'm hot, my face is red, but I'm not afraid anymore. And I can make a plan of what I need to do next. Now, I'm not saying that getting angry is going to fix everything overnight, but maybe it will push all that fear out of your body just long enough for you to make the decision to do some of those things that people always tell you people with the right mindset do, whatever the heck that means. The next time you're feeling funky and don't know what to do to get from funky to proactive, maybe try getting angry. When you're alone and there's no one around that you might scare or offend, start yelling about all the things that are unfair. List them off one by one and name all the people who messed you over, what they did, and why that's BS and totally unacceptable. Shout that you deserve better than this because you're a frickin' human being. You're a frickin' human being, man. You deserve better, and you will, gosh damn it, have better. Get yourself raged up and see if it doesn't banish that fear from your psyche and give you just a little breathing room to start doing some of the things you always wanted to do.
Bing, bing, bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bing, bing. I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
It's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.